This is the Regal Imports news for April 2013. Polished diamond prices are firm and rising. At the end of March, Rappaport raised his list prices on all SI diamonds from 70 points to 10 carats. SI Clarity diamonds also achieved very high price points in the last two Russian polished tenders. Good fancy shapes continue to be in short supply and are moving well. Retailers in Canada must be seeing more traffic as diamond interest is increasing. But retailers' attitudes towards diamond stock is restrained and cautious. Retailers seem almost shell-shocked by changing consumer shopping habits. They are not confident in how to complete diamond sales, and some are simply giving up rather than relearning how to sell diamonds in the new economy. Diamonds are the backbone of the jewelry industry. Diamonds and gold are the value components that make jewelry precious. If diamonds are not bringing a decent return on investment, then some retailers will not stock diamonds or resort to picking up what they need on memo. To me, the idea of not stocking diamonds is regressive and tantamount to throwing out the baby with the bathwater. Let's take a moment to analyze what is happening. Diamond retailers are being squeezed. Squeezed by discounters, squeezed by the internet, squeezed by misrepresentation, and squeezed by customers walking into their stores with information that challenges the ability of their sales staff. The problem will become worse if retailers don't find a better and more standardized method of selling diamonds. No retailer can afford to sell and stock a product if they can't make margins. And the only way to make a proper margin on a diamond is with a structured and informed diamond sales approach. If retailers are not prepared to invest time and effort in creating a standardized method to sell diamonds, then I'm afraid they will have to downgrade their image and stop selling them. Branding is the answer, but not branding as currently understood by retailers. As discussed last month, a good watch or jewelry brand may bring a client to your door, but what makes that client buy is the reputation or brand of the store itself. The store brand is that special something that makes one store better than another. A certain combination of personal attention, knowledge, and service. The retailers that are doing well with diamonds are the retailers that know how to create confidence and make their clients happy when they walk through the front door. Because with the emergence of e-commerce, clients no longer need to walk through a door to shop. Now, I don't blame retailers for being frustrated, but I do blame them for doing nothing about it. There has been a lot of talk about showrooming, the practice of customers shopping a store and then leaving to buy the item online. One Canadian study found that 26% of shoppers who use mobile devices would leave a brick-and-mortar store and complete an online purchase for as little as a 2.5% discount. When the discount increased to 5%, then 37% of this category of shopper would buy online. And at a 20% discount, fully 73% would buy online. My question to the retailer is, does it pay to carry branded lines that could potentially be comparison shopped and discounted on the internet? Or is it in the long-term interest of a company to be more unique and build an individual brand identity? Getting back to the impact of the new economy on diamond sales, Stephen Lucier, the CEO of Forevermark, spoke about his brand saying, "When we do the Forevermark grading, we don't really think about it as grading. It is more about the complete brand package." He goes on to say that Forevermark doesn't really see itself as competing with the GIA, and that selling Forevermark with a GIA report will hurt the brand and allow comparison. Now, De Beers does not have a great track record when venturing into the retail arena or with the supplier of choice. And truly, if De Beers didn't want to be shopped against the GIA, then perhaps they should not have used the GIA grading symbols in their Forevermark reports. That being said, this discussion brings up the problem of diamond certificates and comparison shopping. Shoppers will always compare when making a large purchase, and it is impossible to try to stop comparison even by branding. The sale of a diamond can only achieve margins when combined with the components of a personal store brand. A completed diamond sale will always revert back to that certain combination of personal attention, knowledge, and service. One retailer exclaimed to me that he can't sell diamonds anymore. He just can't compete with the EGL and refuses to use the EGL concept of grading. There are many wholesalers promoting EGL certificates at as much as 70 to 80% discounts from the Rappaport list. We all know about these certificates. I said to this retailer, "So what are you doing about it?" The answer was, absolutely nothing. This is not a constructive attitude. A business is like a baby. It can't protect itself. So if you don't protect your business, then it will suffer. I suggested making a sign and putting it in his diamond case. The sign would have the EGL symbol surrounded by a red circle with a red line through it. When clients asked him about the sign, he could explain his point of view. I also suggested that he speak to other retailers who felt the same and encourage them to follow his lead. He said he couldn't do that. I just think that if you can't stand up for what you know to be true and protect your business, then maybe you shouldn't sell diamonds. I just received some promotional material from the Israel Diamond Institute. In the email, they said that, and I quote, "Israel is also supported by many gemological laboratories, each of the highest caliber and professionalism. Major world-renowned gemological associations, including the GIA and EGL, have large laboratories in Israel." End of quote. I say, shame on them for promoting these two laboratories as equally credible to the public. I believe that retailers can sell diamonds with proper margins if they know the diamond they are selling is good value. There is no need to deceive a client, even if a client wants to be deceived. And believe it or not, some clients want to be deceived. They are begging to be ripped off in return for an artificially high appraised value. I'm sure that with a little education, even this type of client will see the error in their ways. It all comes back to a standardized selling method. There is no magic. It takes hard work and practice to deserve diamond sales. One of my clients pointed out that there are no discounts on parachutes or brain surgery. In these instances, the purchaser understands the value proposition. The same value proposition holds true when choosing a life partner or a diamond for that partner. If you choose a partner without really knowing them, or settle for a person who misrepresents themselves, you will, most assuredly, end up with more imperfections than you expected. Getting back to the news, the International Monetary Fund has found that governments around the world are buying gold more than any time in the past 50 years. Mongolia's central bank increased its gold reserves from 1.5 to 5.8 tons only in the last 3 months. Russia also purchased 7 tons of gold in February. Turkey bought 5.7 tons of gold in February. All told, the central banks of all countries purchased 534.6 tons of gold bullion over the course of 2012. More than any other year in the last half-century. I think the reasoning behind governments hoarding gold warrants some serious consideration, and I'll let you draw your own conclusions. Here's an interesting little item. Antwerp-based Omega Diamonds has agreed to pay over $195 million in back taxes after it was alleged to have hidden $3.9 billion in diamond-related transactions and laundered funds. And finally, the government of Quebec, the majority shareholder in Quebec's first diamond mine, Renard, is in discussions with representatives of the Antwerp diamond community to market their full diamond production in Antwerp. This is important to Antwerp, as Antwerp's position as the center of rough diamond trade is being challenged by Dubai. Dubai is promoting itself as the best place to trade diamond rough because of its proximity to China, India, and De Beers' new rough marketing operations in Africa. The marketing of Renard's production in Antwerp is also a blow to the people who believe that Canada could ever be a rough trading center. And that's the Regal Imports news for April, and I thank you very much for watching.